sales pitch. So let's indulge for a moment and enter the world of the uber-rich. Captain Richard Morris is the Managing Director of Superyachts Australia. He's managed these vessels, he's captained them, and he's helped people buy, sell and rent them. Captain Morris, good morning.
Good morning, Liam. How are you?
Oh, I'm really well. Thanks for joining us today. It is a pretty unique world, isn't it?
It's very special indeed. Very privileged and unique, that's for sure.
How do you go about finding people to buy these things, Captain, or do they find you?
They find me. You know, at Australian Superyachts, we sort of sell them, we build them, we manage them, and charter them, and business has been very, very strong these last few years. But COVID has caused a huge uptake in people wanting to use their boats, and whether it's their little 40-footer, you know, on the Swan River or Sydney Harbour, or their 108-metre super yacht. Owners are finding that there's no better place in the world to social distance than on their own super yacht.
Yeah, we've seen that incredible rise in the price of SUVs and four-wheel drives. I think it's probably a similar thing, that feeling of freedom, isn't it?
It is. And it's a place where, on your own yacht, you basically control your world. It's your world, and you can control who can come on and off and what goes on board. And that's a very reassuring sort of feeling for people in these uncertain times.
Now, look, technically, I'm told this thing is a giga yacht. Is that right? I mean, you talk about super yachts. Where do we put this in the classification?
Well, it's a super yacht. The giga yacht word is a term basically the Americans use for over 100 metres, and certainly it is relevant. But the yachts that are over 100 metres, they're mini cruise ships. Some of them are the same size as cruise ships, and they have a large amount of crew, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 crew. And they are global roamers. They can cross oceans without refueling. They can go for months and months and months. And but a giga yacht is a good term for it.
What would be the minimum crew that you'd need to take this thing out, the IGE?
18. To move it without providing any services to the guest. To move it, you probably need 12 to 15 crew.
Okay, at least a dozen.
Yeah, but then to operate it with stewardesses and chefs and everything else, you run with a crew of 30 minimum, 30 to 40.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Mm.
So just to keep it on the water, you know, just to take it out, you're ringing the till big time.
Yeah, look, there's a sort of an indicator that if you own a yacht, it's roughly 10% of its value per year is the running cost of what you should be spending per year to run it.
Really?
Yeah. So this might be a $20 million boat, and yachts like it, other 100 metres, they operate at $20, $30 million a year.
Wow.
So.
And how many of these sorts of boats, these yachts, are around on the market at any one time? Because when I think about Packer's yacht, I'm thinking about, you know, equivalent vessels sitting in Monaco as we speak.
Definitely.
Well, Monaco, could you mention that? Next week, it's the ultimate date on the calendar. It's the Monaco Yacht Show. 4 days where all the biggest yachts in the world and the newest ones are all revealed. And that's where they all go. And that's the timing of this announcement of Mr. Packer's yacht going on the market is because of Monaco next week. And that's where it all happens. The biggest yachts and the latest innovations and, but there's a lot of yachts on the market, but as we're finding here in Australia, there's not a lot of stock. The shipyards are having their best year ever. You know, a yard I'm involved with, Golfcraft, who build Majesty super yachts. In the first half of this year, they've sold more. Their orders are up 50% from their best year ever. And that's because people have discovered that they want a yacht. If they're going to do lockdown, let's do it on a yacht, because you can.
Wow.
But that's now created a problem that there's a supply problem. If someone wants a new yacht, you have to wait, a big one, you're waiting 2 years to build it. So then they go to the second-hand market. And I think it's very savvy that they've decided to put it onto the market right now. Mr. Packer's yacht here at the Monaco Yacht Show.
Yeah.
It's quite likely that it will sell.
Perfect timing.
The buyers will be there. Perfect timing.
And the other thing is the appreciation amazes me, rather than the other way around, depreciation. I mean, He's bought it for 200 million 2.5 years ago, and he looks like he could make up to $80 million profit on it.
Well, he's a very smart man, and he built it well. I know that the yacht was built very, very well. Excellent supervision from its captain and project manager, and it's a high quality yacht. It's desirable, and a lot of people. It's like buying a house. Some people don't want to buy a house that then have to do a renovation on or whatever, or to knock it down and build a new one. They'd rather buy something that's already done. That's what a lot of people in the market want. They want a yacht that's turnkey, ready to go, and they don't want to wait months and months and years for a new yacht to come.
And like the housing market, Captain, is there a large percentage of it at this level among the super rich that want to stay very, very quiet? I mean, either putting their yacht on the market or in an off-market capacity, not wanting to have the publicity and that sort of thing. Do you find that a lot?
Absolutely. A lot of vessels change hands off-market. You don't even know. Some of them sell them to their friends or their business contacts. And, yachting is extremely private. It's extremely discreet. Crew have to sign, very detailed non-disclosure agreements. And the yacht, being a yacht, it can go away to remote places, away from the paparazzi, away from prying eyes. And that is what these owners desire, or most of them desire. A lot of them also like to be stern to in the marina in Saint-Tropez and in Monaco with all the attention. But mostly these super yachts provide comfort and privacy, seclusion, discretion.
And on the other side of the ledger, in tougher times, I guess they don't want people to know that they're liquidating either.
Yeah, sure. There's different reasons. Lots of Russian owners have built these big yachts, I believe, so that they've got money in it tied up in an asset that can actually be moved around the world.
Yeah.
In different, so that's another angle that they've spent, on it. So it's an interesting thing, and you can liken it a bit to the private jet industry because it's the same clients. All these clients own private jets and yachts, and it's the same type of crew that operate a jet, operate a yacht. They're highly professional, the best in the game. It's the pinnacle of the marine industry, as private jets would be the pinnacle of the aviation industry. And a fact you may not know is that of all the yachts in the world, there's about 80,000 professional crew working right now on a yacht somewhere in the world. Of them, about 15 to 20% are Australians. We're about the biggest sort of nationality working on yachts. If someone wanted to go to sea now, a young person, they would most likely find that employment on a luxury yacht somewhere. But it means that we've got over maybe 15,000 Australians working on a yacht right now, and that means there's more yachties working on yachts than in the Australian Navy or the commercial fishing fleets and commercial boats. It's the single biggest employer.
That's a really interesting statistic. There's a text while we're talking, Captain. There's a text from Michelle who says, "Liam, my daughter's best friend worked on a super yacht in Europe for a summer. She got tipped $30,000 at the end of 3 months' work."
Yeah, well, that's they gave a good service, to those guests, to those owners, and we go to a restaurant and we spend $100, $200 on a dinner and we tip 10%. That, for these people to tip 10% of a charter fee or $30,000 for each crew, it's a sign of appreciation. But they have the money.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They know it's appreciated.
Again,
and the crew enjoy the tips, obviously, and it sort of spurs them on to deliver a greater service.
Just finally, do you know what the sort of tax implications are, or is it different for individuals? I'm just talking about, is it like selling a car where you don't declare
For the yacht?
Yeah, you don't declare the tax or the capital gain or whatever it is. It's
Well, you're not hiding anything. The yacht, when yachts are sold, large ones, the yacht.
Sorry, Captain, you there? No? We lost the line for some reason. Lost that line, Jim. Why have we done that? Have you got him back? Yeah. Sorry, Captain, your line dropped out there for a second. Sorry.
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so when a yacht is sold, a large yacht, the yacht physically moves into international waters, which in Europe, the Mediterranean is 12 miles outside of France or Monaco.
Yep.
And then the transaction takes place then, so there's no tax applicable.
Ah, okay.
So they're not avoiding it, because there's quite big, taxes in those countries. And yachts are international. They move around. They're never really in one. Most of them don't remain in one country all of the time. The big ones, they can be in the Pacific, the Caribbean, the Mediterranean. They're just moving all the time.
Yeah.
They can.
No, it's fascinating. Thanks very much for your chat this morning. Really appreciate your time.
My pleasure, Liam. Have a great day.
You too. Captain Richard Morris. He's the Managing Director of Superyachts Australia. And the super yacht, or giga yacht, as he says the Americans call it, James Packer's IJE, on the market, an asking price of more than $280 million. It is another world, isn't it? 19 past 11 on the morning program. Our talkback lines are open. I'd love to hear from you today. 133 882 is the number.
G'day, it's Millsy from Millsy at Midday, and yesterday we caught up with Bull